Coach Hill, and today I'm going to share with you a short staff form called the Sukuan. Some of you might think, why learn a staff form? It's not a very pragmatic weapon in today's world, so to speak. But I like to teach the staff to students to help them connect their body, helps connect the shoulder, the hips, and the feet all together, especially people who are a little bit awkward or disconnected in their movement in their bodies. The anatomy of the staff is quite a long weapon. Again, it can become, a broom, any kind of yard tool for the most part. When we strike with the staff in this form, again, Sukuan striking method, striking form, we want to use predominantly the tip or the butt. If you think about most weapons like sticks, if you hit with the very tip, that's where your most power is going to be, or the top quarter inch. Once I start hitting into this section of the staff, now it's becoming more of a blunt force object, so I'm actually striking, maybe the musculature, the legs, the muscles to kind of break somebody down without actually injuring them. But when we're using the tip, generally we're striking more high priority targets like the eyes, the cheekbone, the throat, the clavicle, the mastoid above the ear, okay, right above the ear here, the elbow, the wrist, bones. We're generally more attacking the joints and the bones, per se, with that kind of force. A lot of times with staffs in the movies, you'll see them where they're actually kind of hitting them with these big arching movements, okay? And again, they're actually using this part of the staff more, using it to knock people down, knock them around. We're going to be in this form predominantly using the tip and the butt. Now, when you're learning a form like this, one of the things you want to do is you want to sort of really kind of be aware of your orientation in the room. So when you're learning and you're doing different things, you can kind of get an idea of where you're at. So we're going to be using the orientations of a clock. So if I'm facing this direction, that's my 12 o'clock, there's my 6 o'clock, there's my 3 o'clock, and there's my 9 o'clock. If I'm facing this direction starting, then there's my 12, 3, 6, and 9. Then when you get that orientation, and you're halfway through the form, you can always say, okay, where am I at? Where's my strike going toward? What position on that clock are we? A couple of key things with the staff form, with this staff form in particular, is again, a lot of times with the staff, you'll see staff doing an arch. So it's almost like it's actually following the circular parameters of the clock. But with this form, we really don't want to be swinging it in arcing patterns. When you're doing a lot of form work, you want to think in terms of the geometric pattern that you're following with the strike. Okay? And so with this form, we really want to be thinking of straight lines. I want my tip going from here in a straight line to my target, whatever that is. So I don't want it to be arcing around. I want it to be, I'm going to adjust my hand in position so it punches straight. Key point. It's also used in a lot of stick arcs. When you first learn them, you might learn big arcing strikes, but then we want to be able to get our stick strike to go, our tip to go straight to the target. We're going to be doing this form again from the front and the back so you can kind of see it at both angles. The beginning movement starts off with our feet together, the staff in the left hand. Generally, staffs are best to be about your forehead height. I'm going to let the staff pop up, catching it, letting it drop onto my left shoulder. I'm going to step out with my right heel, then I'm going to bring my left foot forward and my right hand around. So we have our warrior salute, we have our power, our fist, knowledge, our open hand, warrior, scholar. Our knowledge keeps our power in check. We step back with our left foot back fisting, and then we punch out, presenting, right hand at our side. We step to our left, and the staff drops into our hand. So again, the rear position, easier to follow along with. Staff pops up, drops onto the shoulder, right foot heel steps out, right hand comes around to join the left fist, and then we step out with our left foot, back fist, present, right hand to side, step out to our left, and staff drops into the hand. We want to feet in a comfortable position, not too wide, not too low. One of the key things we emphasize in warrior work is that your laboratory, this is like a laboratory science class, and your body is your lab. So you don't want to think, well, I've got to be this high or this low or this stance. You want to learn to feel where you're in balance, what's comfortable. Generally, lower stances are good for stability. Higher stances are good for mobility. Gishin Funakoshi, the founder of Shotokan, said that really beginners should use lower stances to develop their stability and really get a good ground belts and above, or advanced students can use as high a stance as they want as long as they're stable. So again, you want more mobility ultimately with stability. Okay? So again, from behind, up, drop, right foot, left foot, back twist, present, and drop. Now the next movement in the form, okay, we start off, we'll start again walking through that first initial pattern, and from the drop, we're going to curl. Again, this is going to be a very common movement. We're going to curl. Our opponent's going to be at 10:30 approximately. So we come up, and I'm going to turn, and once I have a straight line from my tip of my staff to my target, I'm going to punch out as I pivot my right heel out. So again, I want my concept of kinetic linking to be working. The power is coming from the heel, through the knee, through the hip, through the turn of the waist, through the shoulder, out the arm. So in Tai Chi we call that, well, it's called kinetic linking in physiology, but in Tai Chi we call it the chi is rooted in the feet, directed by the waist, manifested through the hands. So again, I curl, I turn. Once I have that straight line, then I'm going to pop my heel out and punch out at the same time. So just that movement there. And as I punch out, just like in most martial arts forms, my left hand is pulling back. So I'm getting that push and pull movement to that 10:30 position. And we want to, of course, breathe out as we do it as well. Okay? So starting from here, we curl, turn our waist, wait till we are in a straight line, punch out. From there, second opponent's at 1:30 in this form. So I'm just going to keep my tip at the exact same height. Now this strike would have gone, again, to the mastoid above the ear or to the temple. Okay? I'm going to bring my tip, and it's going to stay on the same level. As I bring it, my hand leads, my waist leads. I'm coming to my 1:30 position, and I'm going to, again, thrust the hip out and thrust the staff out. When I thrust it, I pull back, push and pull. You always say that, push and pull. Okay? So again, we curl, and we have strike one, turn, strike two. We're going to drop the weight down. We'll show you again what we're doing here in a minute. And then from here, I'm going to go to 3 o'clock, and I'm going to bring my staff up as I twist again that left hip out. And this is going to the throat generally, this target. So that's our first opening movement of the form. Curl, we have 1, 2, down, 3, and then from there we go back to down, 4, curl, and 5. Okay, so pretty basic movements. Again, striking methods. So from the rear position, again, we're starting feet shoulders apart, comfortable. Come up, curl, turn the waist. 1, turn, 2, down, 3, down, curl, 4. Again, you can develop different counting patterns as you do this. We're talking about clock positions. Again, there's our 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock behind me. Coming up, we have 10:30, 1:30, down, 3 o'clock, down, and 10:30. And as you feel more comfortable with this form, you start going a little quicker. Again, you come up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you have 6 basic counts. This could be a cup in my hand. 1, 2, 3. Again, this motion here, we're going to be using it to clear the staff form. I'm going to use Coach Roman here for a moment. And we'll show you a couple of things. I'll maybe stand here at 10:30 first. So again, once I'm here at this point, I'm coming up. I don't want my staff to be coming around. If he puts his left hand up in a blocking position right here, okay, if it's coming around, it's going to be catching here. I want my staff to come up, and I want it to come here, so I'm punching straight to my target. Okay, I want to make sure I'm coming straight line, so I don't have, it's not as easy to be blocking on these big round curl movements. You get a hold of my staff. Okay, what I'm doing is I want to be able to push down, and then I want to be able to push them off me. Okay, so I want to be able to drop my weight down strong, and then push them off. There's a lot of different techniques from that position that we use off, but for right now, it's just down, twist, down hard, twist, because we want to break his balance, break his structure at that position. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we're going to put all that together, that first part. So we have up, drop, right foot, left foot, back twist, present, drop, curl, strike 1, strike 2, down, strike 3, down, strike 4. From that position, okay, from our fourth strike, we're going to cross step with our right foot. And this cross step, okay, is kind of a scoop. Could be stepping on somebody's foot, could be stepping on somebody's knee. In Tai Chi, we call it a deer step. Okay, we scoop. And as we scoop, we're going to push the butt of the staff up. And again, as the butt passes up, my right hand comes down. You always have that action-reaction. Okay? So you cross step. You can see my left heel's off the ground. I can pick that up. And I'm going to use a little thrust with the butt right here. Okay? Then I'm going to step out with my left foot and strike again. Now this strike can really go anywhere in this 12 to 9 pattern. But just for pattern sake right now, we usually keep it around the 10-30. Okay? So again, finish section 1, cross step butt, thrusts, step out, hits. I'm going to step in with the right foot, punch down, and I'm going to thrust. Punch down, and I'm going to push over, step over, and thrust. Okay? So let's take that from the top, from the rear position so you can follow along. Up, drop, right, left, back twist, present, drop, curl, 10-30 strike, turn, 130 strike, down, 3 o'clock, down, curl, 10-30. Cross step butt, and thrust, and hit. Step forward right, you can see I did an adjustment step there for angles, thrust, down, curl, hit. And you already have almost the entire form right there. Like I said, this is a very short form. Striking method is designed to teach you to be very quick, short strikes, very succinct. Okay. So again, up, drop, right, left, back twist, present, drop, curl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, butt, hit, down, thrust, down, and over. From here we thrust, down, curl, hit. So you can see, striking method, lots of hitting. Okay? We'll do that up to that point one more time, and then we'll show you the closing movements. Up, drop, right, left, back twist, present, drop, curl, 10-30, 130, down, 3, down, curl, 10-30, cross that butt, step out, hip, down, thrust, down, over, thrust, down, curl, hip. Now this next movement, we're going to bring our hands above our head. And this can be a little confusing, but just think in terms of how the staff moves in relation to the body. I'm going to turn my body. So you can see the staff, I'm not moving my staff at all at the moment. I'm just turning my body, and the tip of the staff is leading. As I come to 3 o'clock, I'm going to let my hands turn, and I'm going to bring my left hand underneath my right armpit. You can see I'm in a 50-50 weighted stance at the moment. Okay? And then from here I'm going to, as my body turns, I'm going to let my hands unwind. And again, they're back into this position. I'm coming to face my 9 o'clock. I'm going to do a step a jump. 1, 2, and strike. So again, I'm here, I come up, tip leads, in a lot of the stick arts, you do arc strikes or tip strikes like this. Comes around, comes back, take a little hop jump over, strike. You can see, sink down for that stability. Do that one more time. Up, tip, spin it, come around, jump out, sink down. Okay, do the whole form up to that point from the top. So we have up, drop, right, left, back twist, present, drop, curl, hit, curl, thrust, down, curl, hit, cross step, butt, hit, step out, thrust, down, over, thrust, down, curl, hit. Spin, unwind, spin, hit. And that's the majority of the form right there. Now the next part, actually the ending is going to come up really quick and happen really quick, but it's got a little more of a flashy, more of a common staff technique you use. And this is actually probably one of the most difficult things to learn if you have not learned it before. Start with the staff palms down in your hand. You're going to bring the staff to the right side of your body, and the left hand is going to go down, right hand is going to go over, and then you're going to turn your waist. Right hand's down, left hand unwinds all the way until your right hand is underneath your shoulder, and then again you turn your waist. Right hand goes down, left hand goes over, turn the waist. Turn the waist. If you've done swaying tree in the Tai Chi, you're really doing swaying tree here. The tips of the staff are at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I think of a big sheet of paper here, you're driving a downward 45, circle. Again, tips 12 to 6. Waist does most of the work for you. You want to do this simple, or this basic movement until it becomes very comfortable. Again, most of the work, you're going to find, if you use your hands to do most of the work initially, it's going to be very challenging. You'll hit yourself in the back of the leg. Okay? But if I let my waist do the work for me, then it's much easier. Again, you can see from the side position. You can see those rotating circles. And again, this is not really something practical that we would use, because I don't have a tight grip on my staff as I'm doing it. It's more of a twirling movement. And I'm coming at these big arches, big circles. Okay? And we only do a very, very, very tiny piece of this in the form. Okay, so we're going to take the form from the top, and we'll add that in. We'll show you how we close it. So we come up, drop, right, left, back twist, present, drop, curl, hit, thrust, down, curl, hit, cross step, butt, hit, down, thrust, down, over, thrust, down, curl, hit, hands come up, unwind or wind it up, unwind, jump, hit, pull back into a cat stance, weight on your right leg, left toe on the ground. Staff is pointing at 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I turn my right hand goes down, and goes underneath my armpit, left hand forward, and turn my waist. 1, 2, you can do 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. On your third down, when we get to this position, I'm going to let go with my left hand, underneath the staff, come over my left shoulder. Right hand on my right kidney, reach up, and I grab the staff. I'm just going to turn my waist, letting my left foot come forward, bring the staff down, and salute. Step back to my left foot, back twist, present, drop. Put the staff go to my right hand, and then I do a one-handed Shaolin salute. Okay? If you're interested in the history of the one-handed Shaolin salute, you can look that up. Okay? And there you have it. You have the whole form. Sukuan, very short form. Nice beginning form to teach beginners. You can learn it quickly. Again, striking method, teaching to use that tip to strike with, that very top quarter inch. Okay, so we have up, drop, right, left, back to present, drop, curl, punch, turn, thrust, down, curl, strike, butt and hit, down, thrust, down, circle, thrust, down, curl, hit, circle, turn, hit, pull back, 1, 2. So we're shortening that down. Hit, salute, back twist, present, drop, and salutes. So the Sukuan form again, great beginning form. You should have everything you need in this short video to learn the form. If you have questions, feel free to message me, email me. We're here to help empower you during this time of social isolation. This is a great time to be learning something, doing something, whether it be the Qigong steps, which are great for developing stability and power, and learn some of these weapon forms, which we'll be sharing with you. Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Warrior Work.